a value system that will help them appreciate that the way to solve problems is not through violence. Each one of our classes, we use something called a dojo kun, and what that is a collection of precepts. Seek perfection of character, be faithful, endeavor, respect others, and most importantly, refrain from violent behavior. And we help young people to realize that a physical act of violence is a weakness. It's actually the last part of the problem-solving mechanism. And through training and discipline, when they understand that they can be strong and respond intelligently as well as emotionally to any situation, then the physical aspect actually becomes the last mechanism by which they choose to solve a problem.
We've heard the old adage that everybody should stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And we truly believe that men who are out there on the streets or in their homes who are sitting back, playing armchair, whatever, if you're not doing something to make your family safe, to keep your children safe, to keep your woman safe, then you're part of the problem, because you're allowing these other negative entities out there to terrorize our neighborhoods. Our message, and my personal message when we go out to the street corners, is I look right in children's eyes that are forming a circle around us, and I tell those little children, you go home and you ask your daddy, your big brother, your uncle, that man next door, or any man you look up to, and ask that man, what is he doing to keep the streets safe for you? And I ask the women in that circle, because everywhere we go, there's women and children, a lot more than there are men. And I ask them, the women, what's your man doing to keep you safe? Ask your husband, your sons, your nephews, your cousins, the men in your community, what are you doing to keep this block safe? And then I ask them, if you don't get a response, then you need to go grab them by the hand and bring them right over to us and sign them up and have them get out here on these streets right along with us.
They're glad to see that we're out on the street. They're glad to see that there's a black man standing up and talking to a younger, soon-to-be black man about how we can do better than how we have been. And mainly not picking up that gun and that weapon to take one another's life. That's the main reason why we're out here, so we can save a life.
I was at Deliverance Church when Fahim Thomas Childs was buried, when they had the funeral. And one of the speakers that afternoon was Senator Shirley Kitchen, state senator for Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia. And she made a point that I had never thought about, and I thought it was a powerful point. She said it's time in this battle to also hold the women, the girlfriends of the guys, accountable. And she said that because, these guys are convicted felons. They have records. They can't purchase a gun on their own. Now, we know a lot of them get it on the black market, but she said a lot of these guys are getting their girlfriends to buy the guns. And then these guys turn around and use it in a crime. The girlfriend's complicit. They're complicit because they knew that the man couldn't get the gun on his own. They knew it was illegal for the man to have the gun. They're complicit. Now, they are not responsible for the crime that the man commits on his own. He's responsible. But the girlfriend is complicit. And when you think about some of the girlfriends, you think about many of them, if not all of them, know that when they're getting these lavish gifts, the clothes, the jewelry, the cars, the trips, the cash, they know full well where that man is getting that money. And so they're complicit in the drug trade. They're complicit in perpetuating the violence that stems from the drug trade. And it may be hard for our women to hear this. It may be hard for them to hear this. But I think it's something that we need, a subject that we need to broach with them. Because the next time a little one gets shot, it could very easily be that girlfriend's little one. Very easily. And then what excuse would she have then to hide behind in saying that, you know, it wasn't my fault? No, it's not your fault, but you were complicit.
What happens to a man that gains the world and loses his soul, and that soul is your child? How much money is worth anything if your child is laying in the coffin? Anything that you do that causes us to have to go to another pill like we did at Six of a Master, you see a young child that never shaved, laying down with a cold blood, it needs to be stopped, point blank, no argument about it. Now do what we say, amen. Amen. It's not going back in the house.
Yeah, the main problem that we have in the neighborhood today are there are cars where young people can buy guns. There was an article in the Inquirer just the other day that showed there is a definite scheme and plan afoot that puts guns in the urban area. Guns are the type of magnitude that can drive a bullet through a concrete wall, a jukebox, and hit somebody. So what we're trying to do is ask that the gun laws be enforced. If someone is caught with a gun, it's important that they find out where that gun came from, and that the person who sold that gun should also have to do the same amount of time that the person with the gun does. Just like they did in the older times when folks accomplished people committing crimes. If they're selling guns to children who are 16, 15, 14, 17, it's a very irresponsible act, and they should be severely punished to the full extent of the law for such an activity.
If a man wants to look at his community, feel proud about what's going on, then they have to do something. They have to get involved. And we invite men to come with us on the corners, and as I say, go heart to heart, hand to hand, and spirit to spirit, and just greet these young people and offer them you. For this moment in time, I care about you. I want to know, what do you need to help leave this corner, to help leave this lifestyle, to be about something that can help you secure your own food, clothing, shelter, and security, because you're not going to get it on this corner for long, and they all know that.
To all you fathers that are out there and know your sons are on the corners, come out there and get your sons. Get your sons off these corners. Be a father to your children. If you haven't been a father to your children, come out there and talk with your son. The women are out there. The mothers are out there. The aunts are out there. We need men. We need men to stand up and be men. And come get your sons off these corners. Help keep them alive. We promise, baby. You're going to take good care of your daughter. She's going to know all about you.